Hey friends, Dr. Graves here. I attempted to stream live here, and those videos I'm going to have to delete off my channel because I cannot seem to get a connection consistently enough to stream without cutting out. So I am recording this and will upload it, but please do post questions and concerns and ideas. And today's topic is actually on ketone testing, so for nutritional ketosis. And before I get into that, I want to say happy Friday. You probably won't be watching this necessarily on Friday, but it is Friday today, and it's a beautiful getting into mid-September day. And so I thought of going over ketone testing because I felt like I was in a good ketogenic state today. And I thought, you know what, I haven't tested in a while. I'm going to go ahead and check. So, go through the testing options with you. So, there are three main methods for testing your ketones. We have urine strips available that are inexpensive, and you can do them at home easily. There's breath testers, and then we have blood testers as well. So, some advantages and disadvantages. The urine test strips are really only useful for when a person is initially going into nutritional ketosis. So after a week or two, for most people, ketone levels will start to drop in the urine. And it makes sense because those individuals, we start to use the ketones as energy, and we're not spilling them out in the urine as in high levels. And so it's interesting too, if you are doing coffee or caffeine as a part of your low carb, high fat diet, that seems to happen much quicker in that your ketone levels decline in the urine faster. And as the caffeine stimulates metabolism up, there's probably a more increased efficiency in utilization of ketones, and therefore you're not eliminating as many in the urine. So urine strips, they're great for starting out and seeing if you're actually making ketones, and then after a while they're not as useful. So the second method is the breath testers. You can get these devices. They're a little bit expensive, but they are reusable. They plug into a computer, and you can track your levels that way. So they seem to be accurate and a fine option. What I've chosen to do is use the blood tester. This is the Precision Extra. Find it to be fairly well rated. It seems accurate. It does come with glucose test strips, and you can also test ketones. And so as far as I know, this is the only device that you can simultaneously, one after another, with a single finger stick, test both glucose levels and ketone levels. And so I did that again just a little bit ago, and I'll share my numbers with you. So also for testing, it's good to go ahead and test when you're, say, a couple hours at least after a meal, or when you get up fasting. You could also check it at random levels. But right after you eat, actually I haven't tested a lot right after eating, so I'm not sure what those levels are, but you're going to have a lot of influence from what you just ate, and so I prefer to see where you're at during most of the rest of the time, which is when we're not eating. So on average, we should be making our own ketones between meals. So I prefer using a lancet that's only about 1.5 millimeters in depth. The McKesson push button safety lancet, these are great, and you get a minimal stick. So clean your skin with some alcohol, let it dry, give yourself a stick. What I would recommend is once you stick yourself, you'll get a little bead of blood there. Take a cotton swab and wipe it once, and then push and get another bead out. Otherwise, the blood will often stop coming out right after you stick it if you don't wipe it once first. Then you open up and take out your test strips. They go into the port here, and you just touch that drop of blood to the end of the test strip where it will wick up and give you a reading. After I get one, the glucose or ketones, I pull that out and put the other test strip out. With the same stick, drop of blood, I can get the other reading. So it just takes a few minutes, usually pretty painless. Test strips have come down quite a bit. They're not as expensive as they used to be for ketone strips. My numbers this morning, surprisingly, not that my glucose was what it was at 70, but I was surprised to see my ketones at 3.2 millimoles per liter. Nutritional ketosis, we are saying and would like to see between, say, 0.7 all the way up to 2.5, 3, and even 4 sometimes. You shouldn't be seeing levels way up beyond that, and you shouldn't be, say, below 0.7. If you're below 0.7, you're really not in nutritional ketosis, and so that's our goal. So higher isn't necessarily better. Over the times I was testing, I was typically somewhere between 0.7 and 1.5, and felt pretty good that way. So you're just looking for a trend and a range, and so periodically checking is certainly helpful. So anyway, you can find these devices online and get test strips. And yeah, if you have opinions about ones you've tried or you have additional questions, post those below. And please like and subscribe and let me know what topics you'd like to see covered in the future. Have a great weekend if you're heading into one, and tune in next time. Take care. Bye-bye.